Alright, pose for life on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pose for life! Pose for life!
Welcome back to Director's Choice. Animations are entertainment that brings the goodness of comic books straight to our screens. Cartoon Network is iconic for its amazing shows. One of the most popular and most loved shows is an animation that depicts the everyday struggle of young adults, but as bears. That's right, we are talking about the one and only bro trio of We Bare Bears. Grizzly, Panda, and Ice Bear are the bears navigating life in the San Francisco Bay Area. With the technology, adventures, and hustle of each episode, falling in love with the show isn't very difficult. But at the center of it all are the three bears and their rather interesting personalities. Each of the bears brings something unique to the plot, calmness and excitement of the show.
Good job, bros. I'm proud of you. I saw improvement, and I saw heart, and you can't teach heart.
So in today's episode of Director's Choice, we are going to do a bit of throwback and dive into the We Bare Bears origin stories. We will take a quick look at the history tabs of Grizzly, Panda, and Ice Bear to see the little details that brought them together and kept them together.
Ice Bear will share his secrets, about other bears mostly.
How did the circumstances of their meeting affect their relationships with one another? What similarities in their origin stories make their brotherhood so perfect?
Please promise me you'll be cool. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Don't worry, bro. We cool.
Ice Bear, very cool bear.
Thanks, guys.
Well, in true We Bare Bears stack fashion, we are going to kick off with Grizzly's origin story, work our way down to Panda, pick up Ice Bear, and wrap it up at the point where they met.
Wait a sec. Did we forget something?
The backpack.
Alright, without further ado, let's get straight to it. Here's the We Bare Bears origin stories.
We're gonna make viral videos so we can become internet famous.
Grizzly is the oldest bear in the Brotherhood. His memory of life before meeting Panda and Ice Bear isn't very sharp and detailed, and that's understandable based on the fact that he is older than the other two. Grizzly doesn't talk much about his past, but from the clues of the show's theme and an episode that revealed a glimpse of his past, we can reconstruct Grizzly's origin stories.
Hello, my name is Grizzly. We're here to be internet famous.
Like Panda and Ice Bear, Grizzly was wandering around parentless and alone as a young cub. The exact location of his origin is unclear, but he lived in a city.
This looks really bad.
On a stormy night, Grizzly was stuck on a very tall, large tree, alone, frantic, and scared. He couldn't risk jumping, as he would have caused some major damage to himself.
It's okay, little guy. Grab on. You're safe now.
Luckily, his cries drew a lot of attention, and some bystanders came to his aid by calling 911. Police cars and fire trucks showed up at the scene, and the officials rushed about, discussing plans to get the young cub to safety. The firemen quickly carried out their plan, as one of them climbed a ladder to get to Grizzly. When the fireman got to Grizzly, he tried to comfort the cub, and he was successful. The fireman then reached out for Grizzly to hold on to him, which he did, before going down through the ladder. As the rest of the small crowd dispersed, Grizzly still held onto the fireman who had saved him. From the fireman's last statement, it was obvious that Grizzly would have been sent to some type of animal shelter or clinic.
Another one! Free bears! Free bears here! 3 for the price of none! Oh, hey!
Later on, Grizzly gets adopted by a TV network and stars on a Canadian sitcom called Family Troubles. Although Grizzly felt settled into a routine on the show and started considering his co-stars as his actual family, the feelings weren't exactly reciprocated.
Let me out of the show? But they're my family.
At some point, Grizzly's show appearance ended, and he was, once again, on his own.
You go find that new family, Grizz!
Time to go out and find a real family of my own.
Next in line, and the middleman in every way, including the stack formation, is Panda. Panda, like Grizzly, doesn't recall his past a lot, but the facts from the show have a bit more detail. Panda grew up in a zoo-like facility, which was located near Shanghai, China.
Oh, good morning, tree.
Panda was the only cub in the facility, and he didn't have any external interactions. Nonetheless, he had positive energy and was always optimistic for each day. He interacted with his physical environment with a bright social attitude. Panda had a routine for each day at the facility.
Oh, good morning, giant mechanical food chute.
Panda woke from his tree bed and made his way through the forest-like setting in the enclosure while sharing one-sided conversations with items in his surroundings. Like clockwork, a food chute at the other side of the enclosure chucked out fresh bamboo for Panda to feast on, which was his favorite meal as a cub. After his meals, Panda would draw imaginary friends in the sand, and it was obvious that the lonesomeness was getting to him.
Well, hey there, friend. You hungry? Here you go. Yum. How about a hug?
One of the staff at the facility, who was responsible for overseeing the control room with screens that observed Panda's activities, noticed Panda's loneliness and sent him a stuffed panda toy through the chute. Panda was excited to finally have company, and he even named his new friend. They were practically inseparable, and Panda shared his plans to see the magic box, which was his name for the television.
What if everything we are is just a figment of someone else's imagination? I mean, if what I see isn't real, am I even real?
One morning, Panda and his stuffed friend escaped the enclosure through the chute and landed in the office building. He saw the magic box in the control room, but before he could spend enough time there, one of the staff entered. The staff immediately noticed that Panda wasn't on the screen, and instead, he was right in the office, where he shouldn't have been. The staff alerted others and they tried to catch Panda.
Hold on, two. We can make it.
Panda and his friend tried to escape, but when he needed the boost for a window, he had to use the stuffed toy. Unfortunately, after making his escape, Panda couldn't take his friend with him, and he had to go on alone.
Ugh, if we survive this, I want to splurge and go to a fancy restaurant.
Unlike his brothers, Ice Bear's origin story has the most details and he remembers quite accurately. However, his origin story starts similarly to Grizzly and Panda.
Wait, I think I got it.
He looks great, but I don't think this is working.
Ice Bear was alone, trying to navigate the Siberian Arctic without any guidance or support. Where Panda has Chinese Asian origins and Grizzly's is most likely American, Ice Bear has Russian native roots.
I think one thing is certain.
Ice Bear sees where this is going.
Without any companion or survival skills, Ice Bear struggled in the Arctic. The bear hunters and their pack of hunting dogs find Ice Bear while he is wandering and he narrowly escapes them. His escape leads him to Yuri's tent. Although Yuri was furious to find Ice Bear in his territory, he decided to save the cub from the vicious hunters. Yuri took the bear under his protection and guidance, developing a form of father-son relationship with the clueless cub. Ice Bear learned how to be tough, disciplined, and extremely observant. Ice Bear quickly mastered the lessons that Yuri gave him, and their bond grew stronger.
Yuri will let you stay if you work. Yuri will give you chores. Yuri will make Bear earn keep and food.
When Ice Bear decided to do something nice and carve out a horse from a picture he saw of Yuri's family, everything went south. Yuri was furious that Ice Bear had gone through his personal belongings, and Ice Bear was terrified, so he ran out of the tent. Unfortunately, as he fled, Ice Bear ran into the same hunting pack, and they began to chase him. Yuri heard the commotion and came out to rescue Ice Bear in a move that showed true loyalty and care. Yuri helped Ice Bear escape alone on an iceberg, while Ice Bear was saddened that he had to leave Yuri. Seeing Yuri's axe stuck to the iceberg gave him some confidence. After drifting afloat, Ice Bear wound up in England, where his life journey continued. In the strange development, he got bullied by the other animals, almost got into an accident, and ended up running into an alley. As he was crying and feeling lost, he heard the sounds that led him to Badger, Ashley, and Joe, a group of kids who formed a gang. Ice Bear helped them out by cutting a lock with his axe, and Badger invited him to join their gang. The gang moved around the city together and caused mischief with their petty crimes. A little while after he met the gang, Ice Bear followed them to break into a bakery. Ice Bear's task was to open the cash register by using his axe to break it open, but he saw something that reminded him of Yuri, a picture of the baker and his family.
Good.
Ice Bear disappointed his newly found friends, and although he helped them escape the clutches of the police, he decided to continue his way alone.
Ice Bear's survivor. Hero.
The Bears meeting occurs shortly after Ice Bear's origin story. Panda and Grizzly met each other first, although the location and events of their meeting remain unknown.
This is my life now. No friends. No family. Just me and the train tracks.
After leaving the gang, Ice Bear wandered around, looking for anything to aid his survival. While eating from a bird's nest, Ice Bear heard the sounds of distress and called for help from Panda and Grizzly, who were stuck on the train tracks within the vicinity. His instincts kicked in, and Ice Bear spat out the eggs he had been eating before hitching a ride with an eagle to go help Panda and Grizzly. He freed Panda, who was stuck in a track with a fast-moving train approaching. As soon as Panda was free, the three bears ran, but Panda fell. Immediately, Ice Bear pulled Panda on his back and kept running. Panda pulled Grizzly, making him sit on top as they ran.
We're not gonna make it!
That was the first time they formed the stack, which is their primary way of moving around the city. As they ran from the oncoming train, Ice Bear tripped and fell. Grizzly quickly caught them, and they hung on the edge of the tracks till the train had passed.
I got you guys.
When they were finally safe, Grizzly was excited and chatted about how they were a great team together. Grizzly proposed the idea that they stick together, and coming from the origins they had, all three bears agreed and promised to be brothers for life.
Bears are smart. Congratulations, Bear.
The three young cubs had been alone for most of their lives and faced dangers to their lives. It was easy for them to bond.
I finally feel like I'm part of something.
Ice Bear also feels acceptance.
This was our key to fitting in. We're living the life.
The three bears settled quite easily into the roles they had when they met. Ice Bear became the strongest of the group and the most observant. Panda was the one who linked them together and acted as the glue of the trio with his non-stop interest in technology. Grizzly was the captain and became responsible for most of their plans, however silly and adventurous.
Ice Bear is still proud of you. Proud Bear.
The three bears grew together from cubs to young bears, facing the daily struggles and quest to become viral without ever leaving each other.
Ice Bear respects your attempt.
From trees to zoos to the Arctic, the bears from We Bear Bears have been through some of the worst scenarios that a lonely cub could go through. Still, they each rose above their situations at the time and found solutions through difficult challenges that shaped their futures.
Yeah! It's gonna be great, guys!
Through their friendship and brotherhood, Grizzly, Panda, and Ice Bear were able to find what they were missing from life. The bears found companionship, loyalty, and a support system they could always count on. And that's really what life is about.
Families don't care about high ratings, fancy scooter tricks, or giving someone more attention based on popularity.
Oh, sorry.
Having friends you can rely on to break you out of your shell, have your best interests at heart, and always call you to order when you are going past limits is one of life's best gifts.
Family is about love, happiness, loyalty, friendship, or something like that. I'm actually not really sure, but I need to go out and discover it for myself.
The We Bear Bears have different personalities and interests, but when push comes to shove, irrespective of their origins and also because of their origins, they are always there for one another. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on the breakdown of We Bear Bears origin stories. Take a look at this other recent clip by Director's Choice, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.